My parents forbade me from celebrating my 18th birthday because my brother didn't feel special enough, so I moved out that night. A year later, their golden boy saw how successful I'd become, and his jealous meltdown shattered the family. I spent my entire childhood living in the shadow of my younger brother's fragility. If I got an A, we couldn't celebrate because Leo got a C and it would hurt his self-esteem. If I made the varsity team, my parents wouldn't come to my games because Leo wasn't athletic and sitting in the bleachers made him feel left out. I was the glass child. He was the golden boy. But I told myself that turning 18 would be different. I didn't ask for a party or a car. All I wanted was to go to this specific steakhouse downtown with my parents. I had even saved up enough from my after-school job to pay for my own meal. At 5 p.m. on my birthday, I walked into the kitchen in a button-down shirt ready to go. My mom looked at me, sighed, and didn't even stand up from the kitchen island. "We're not going," she said, not even making eye contact. I asked why. My dad chimed in from the living room. "Leo had a really rough week at school. He's feeling incredibly insecure right now. Making a big deal out of your birthday is just going to make him feel worse about himself." I looked at Leo. He was sitting on the couch, playing Xbox, not looking insecure at all. He just looked smug. My parents actually forbade me from leaving the house to celebrate with friends, too, saying it would be insensitive to the family dynamic. They expected me to argue. They expected me to yell. Instead, a strange, absolute calm washed over me. The kind of calm that only comes when you realize a relationship is completely, irreversibly dead. I didn't say a word. I just nodded, turned around, and walked to my room. I had been working at a tech repair shop for 3 years, secretly funneling every dollar into a private bank account. I had a duffel bag packed within 20 minutes. When I walked back through the living room, my dad finally looked up. "Where do you think you're going?" "I'm 18, I said softly, "and I'm done shrinking so he can feel big." I walked out the door and never went back. The first few months were brutal. I couch surfed, ate cheap ramen, and hustled. I took my tech repair skills and started a mobile IT consulting gig for small businesses. Because I wasn't wasting energy walking on eggshells around my family, I poured 110% of my soul into my work. By the time I was 19, my business had exploded. I had 5 subcontractors working for me, a high-rise apartment, and a brand new Audi. I was making more in a month than my dad made in half a year. I hadn't spoken to my family once. Then came the anniversary of the day I left, my 19th birthday. I decided to treat myself to that exact same downtown steakhouse. I pulled up, handed my keys to the valet, and walked inside. And of course, they were there. My parents and Leo were sitting in a booth near the front. They were supposedly celebrating Leo getting into a community college, though he looked miserable. My mom saw me first. Her jaw actually dropped. I wasn't the ragged, desperate kid they expected me to be. I was wearing a tailored suit, a luxury watch, and walking with a quiet, undeniable confidence. I walked past their table, gave a polite, detached nod, and sat at my own reserved table. 10 minutes later, Leo stormed over to my table, my parents trailing nervously behind him. "Is that your Audi out front?" Leo demanded, his voice shaking. "The valet said it was yours." "It is," I said, taking a sip of my water. "How?" he practically screamed. "You dropped out of our lives. You're supposed to be a failure." "Mom said you'd come crawling back." "I built a company," I replied, keeping my voice dangerously calm. "Turns out when nobody is actively holding you back, it's pretty easy to move forward." Leo's face turned bright red, but he didn't scream at me. He spun around and looked at our parents. "You told me he was nothing," Leo shrieked, causing the entire restaurant to go dead silent. "You coddled me my whole life. You made me a loser. I have nothing, and he has everything because you wouldn't let me struggle." My parents looked horrified, completely paralyzed as their precious golden boy publicly tore them apart. The fragile illusion they had built their entire lives on was shattering right in front of them. My dad tried to reach out to him, but Leo slapped his hand away, screaming about how they ruined his life, before storming out of the restaurant in tears. My mom looked at me, her eyes welling up, silently begging for me to help, to fix it, like I always used to. I just looked at her, completely unbothered. "You should probably go check on him," I said softly. "He's having a really rough week." I ordered my steak, and it was the best meal of my life.